Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Conservation Board meeting for November 5th, 2024. Start the meeting at 32. And we will begin with our first project to be reviewed. It's one that we have seen for a Stonebrook subdivision, 1403 East Victor Road. Applicant is requesting approval to create a clustered subdivision of 44 buildable lots. 100 acres in the town of Victor with 15 plus acres in the town of Farmington. A total of 115 acres. This would be section 1 of a 2-phase development. Thoughts, comments, initial comments from the board based on the review materials.
Nope. I was gonna read the comments from Jeff Smith. Find it quick enough. Since he's not here.
So
I can find it.
the changes from the last time we reviewed this was there is a section of land to be dedicated to the Tennessee Land Trust. You know, which it kind of borders Mud Creek, which is a neat area, and obviously allowing, I assume the land trust would allow public access, so I'm in favor of that. I don't know kind of logistically how that works with that dedication, if there's some sort of acceptance on the land trust to have for, or if we just accept what's been written, that, that might be a question on, for someone at the town of how do we, is there any sort of acknowledgement needed from Genesee Land
That's
Trust?
taking it and maintaining and.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause when we walked it, Jeff talked quite a bit about trails, wanting to allow for trails. He was really proud of that piece of land. He really
Yeah.
liked it. He was trying to give it to the town.
Right.
And town did not have the appetite, so. Seems like a good solution. And then his only other comments were that easements were only around stormwater. As far as I could see, he didn't make any changes to what he had shown us. We walked it. I'm assuming we'll get a chance probably to walk it again at some point. But I don't have any problems with it. He's staying far away from the sensitive areas.
Yep. Yeah, there is, we should note there was the neighbor comment on being concerned with water flow. I guess that development, the existing development there, is prone to flooding their basements, and so they are concerned about that.
What do we think about the shape of the markers? Tricky. Or
Yeah, I think they're gonna need to straighten those lines up.
they're safe.
Like they're doing to facilitate the lots to this divisions.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, I think that kind of bottom left. Pond or retention pond or something there. Everything else, and maybe that's part of that wastewater. And
That's the shaded, the line, right?
cut out there, yeah. This piece. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Facility.
Stormwater management.
I'm just wondering if we try to create some of those lines just for the.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Trying to straighten those lines out as possible. Not that it's all task.
Yeah.
it'd be difficult to enforce it the way it sits right now, so.
Exactly.
Other than that, I think. You see the Farmington line, right? I believe that's north and south. Cut through the, so. I don't think doesn't look like they're doing any building in Farmington. At all.
Yeah, because that's the part, all right, on the east side.
Yeah, along the
Yeah,
creek,
side,
right?
yeah.
That's along the creek, yep. Yeah, cause you got the trail, Auburn Trail. Remember we walked down the trail and then walked into the property from the trail, so I think that's where the bridge is. Yep.
And the mosquitoes.
And it's
Park block.
damp down there. But he's staying away from all that, staying away from all the damp, staying away from the creek. So, yeah, I like it.
I mean, I don't know how. We may need clarification, or I might need clarification on. When the property spans towns, the rules on the. Conservation easement requirement, can we consider the portion of the land that's in Farmington for the 50% threshold, or is that excluded? I don't know if Andrew, if you have knowledge one way or the other, I don't.
That's a good question.
Clarification on that.
I think, yeah, probably.
Makes sense. Okay. Any other comments?
No, I just think that the straightening, just looking at lines, trying to straighten them out. Possible. Just, and based on what Matt said, you know, it's just right now as it stands, it's not. It can be challenging to enforce.
We'd like to walk this again. In cooler temperatures. I mean, we have a good idea, I think.
I don't remember walking this, so yeah, I mean, personally, I would.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
I was there either.
Only a couple of us were, okay. I would definitely walk it again. You could point out any changes he made to the, the drive, et cetera. I don't.
Okay.
Remember that, so yeah, I'd look at it again.
Right. Three takeaways, try to straighten the lines as best as possible. Determine whether the overlap into Farmington is something we consider with regard to the 50% green space. And then scheduling a site walk. Yep. David,
Yeah. You're not,
If possible.
you're not conflicting this property with Beaumont, are you? Because you made mention that the dedicated area was taken over by another organization. I didn't know
Yes.
this was all the same, also taken over. Because Beaumont was taken over, because so much swamp, and that borders Mud Creek also. But
what I thought that was the taken over piece was Woodstone shifting it over to Ryan. That was my
well, that was,
interpretation.
yeah, that was
Beaumont.
Or
Beaumont,
Bluemont, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep. This is
But
right in the
this is-
curve of.
but this is not taken over by somebody else, though.
That's my knowledge.
No,
okay.
it's still Jeff and
yeah, it's
Woodstone.
Woodstone. There's a section of the existing property that he's proposing to donate to the Genesee Land Trust.
On this one also. Oh,
On this
This
one,
one.
I can't speak to the other property.
Yeah, Bluemont. I don't think he did that, but I
I
Yeah.
wasn't aware that he did.
Maybe he
I know
did
it was
after the fact,
conservation
yeah.
easement. I remember walking that
Yeah.
piece, which was nice, but I'm not certain that that was the case, but
But this development is proposing that dedication to the land trust, Genesee Land Trust.
One thing he was talking about with Bluemont at one point was trying to meet a 50%, if I, correct me if I'm wrong, he was trying to meet the 50% green space by giving some of Bluemont, right? He had both projects at the same
Yeah.
time. He was trying to see if he could kind of swap and get
Yes,
credit for doing one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he ever went through with that or not. I think he ended up just selling that to Ryan and then Ryan did their thing.
Yeah.
I think.
There was something like that.
Right?
That went on, yeah.
And I think he just moved on with that other subdivision that he's currently still doing,
Stone Road.
top of the hill there.
Strong?
Area, maybe.
I think that was
one.
that
Yeah.
was the one that he was proposing.
Yeah, so he was thinking of jocking some land around.
I don't think last,
But I don't think he ever did that.
yeah,
And this one definitely is just the Genesee
Mhm.
land trust that he's talking about giving land to, so.
I'm looking more at the easement, David and Tim's point, we would want to make certain that we could count it as one, because it's certainly some of that Farmington easement, is comprised of what we would need for that 50%, right?
It looks like it, yeah.
Right, so if we weren't giving him credit for that piece,
Yeah.
then you would need to,
Carve it out separately.
yeah.
And
I
there's,
assume planning knows that, but.
Yeah.
Just point it out.
yeah,
Right.
Okay. Other questions, David? Right. We'll move on to the Stover subdivision on Benson Road. Applicant is requesting an acknowledgement of a complete application for the subdivision of 11.6 acre parcel into 3 residential lots. This is in the limited development district. The board had not reviewed this project, and if so, any comments?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's got some steep slopes in that area.
Yeah.
I would like to walk it for sure. See what they're trying to do here, especially where they're trying to build. It looks like it's pretty significant drops there.
yeah. I mean, the easements look nice and straight. There is a shed. It appears to be in one, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So too.
To be careful with the language there, or maybe it's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
And at this point, we're just acknowledging the
Right.
complete application, so we don't really need to do anything else other than that at this point. And then if they move forward, then they'll give us the rest. But I do think if they move forward, yes, I'd want to, do the site walk as well.
Yeah, and that'd be good if they went to the next phases, if they could come here and give a narrative on the project.
That's always helpful.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any other comments? Should it move forward, would like to walk it and obviously have some dialogue with the developer.
Yeah, sure.
Great, moving on. Review and approval of the October 1st minutes.
Was not here, so I will. Full comment.
Yeah, I reviewed them. I didn't have any issues with them.
Okay.
So I accept them as is.
Second that motion, a second motion by Mr. Madison. By Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no abstentions. Pass. Anything else from the board?
Sure. He's on board, Rob. It's a
Timing.
Right, it's switched. Yep.
Get an update from,
Try to get an update next time. What's going on?
Yeah.
tonight was
Tricky
probably not
night.
the best nights,
Yeah,
understandably so.
that said, we'll adjourn the meeting. Just notice that clock is off, so it's 6:46.
Make a motion. What the hell is this thing? Yeah, motion to close. Me? Yeah. So should we? Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I make a motion, we.
I move that.
I'll
we,
second that.
All in favor?
Did you make any motions?
I think I did, yes.
Motion by Matt.
Pat's request.
Oh, for the meeting minutes. So you did.
No,
No, the meeting closed.
Oh, I don't think I